This is Valley News Live at noon.
We begin with a story that's new for you at noon. A North Dakota Highway Patrol trooper is on leave after shooting and killing a man during a police chase. It happened on I-94 near Mandan yesterday. The Highway Patrol says troopers were chasing a vehicle for reckless driving, and when the chase ended, a trooper shot and killed the driver. A gun was recovered from the car sometime later. The driver was a 45-year-old man from Montana. The Highway Patrol hasn't released the name of the officer involved in this incident. We continue with another story that's new for you at noon. Officers in the metro were busy early this morning after a car sped up through the wrong lane of traffic, leading to a crash into a semi. A sergeant saw the driver speeding in the wrong lane of traffic on 13th Avenue East, running the red light and colliding with a semi-tractor around midnight. The driver, 33-year-old Danielle Franklin from West Fargo, had to be extracted from the car. She was taken to the hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. Now, the passenger, 30-year-old Stephen Summers of Grand Forks, took off running and was arrested by West Fargo police. He was booked into the Cass County Jail for refusing to halt and possession of methamphetamine. The vehicle Franklin was driving was confirmed to be stolen out of Moorhead. A charge of felony reckless endangerment has been forwarded to the state attorney's office. The West Fargo School Board is holding a special meeting tonight on the controversial topic of COVID protection measures. The public is invited to take part in the session that starts at 6 at the Lido Education Center. West Fargo started the school year without a face mask requirement, but the district is recommending people who aren't vaccinated to wear one. Well, police in Bemidji are asking for your help finding a missing teenage girl. 16-year-old Adonis Feather was last seen near the 1900 block of Middle School Drive Northwest yesterday evening. Police say she's 5'5" tall and 180 pounds with brown eyes and blue hair. She was last seen wearing a black Tupac shirt, jeans, and black tennis shoes. We've been getting a taste of fall with the cool temperatures these past few days. Let's check in with Summer Snowball to see what we can expect for the rest of the week. Happy Wednesday, Summer.
Happy Wednesday to you as well, and good afternoon, everyone. It does feel like a little taste of fall with those temperatures, but of course, it's coming with some wind as well. Here's a live look at our Dakota Magic Casino Skycam network along the North Dakota, South Dakota state lines, but at least the wind isn't whipping those flags quite as hard as what we were seeing yesterday. Our wind gust planner throughout the rest of the day in Fargo, the gustiest winds peaking through the early afternoon and then gradually decreasing throughout the rest of the day, becoming much lighter as the sun sets and we lose some of that thermal energy. Very similar trend in Grand Forks, those winds up into the 20s throughout the next couple of hours before tapering off later on tonight. A look at satellite and radar for your lunchtime hour shows many of us seeing bright blue skies and a lot of sunshine, just a few passing clouds, and we do have some rain showers off to our east. So Baudette may be seeing a couple of sprinkles from time to time, but aside from that, we are looking very quiet. We just have to contend with the breeze, Brian, for the rest of the day. But coming up, I'll let you know if we have any chances for some more thunder in the forecast and when the warmest day of this next 7 days is going to be.
Oh, the wind is back.
It is.
No, thanks, Summer. Well, this morning, officers at UND are mourning the loss of one of their police dogs. K9 Ben passed away yesterday from cancer. He served the community from 2014 until his diagnosis this past spring. Officers say Ben passed away with loved ones by his side. During this time with the department, Ben was critical in getting illegal drugs off the streets. Well, one person was ticketed for reckless driving after police say they ran a stop sign and smashed into a South Moorhead house with their car. It happened just before 7 last night at 405 Oakway near the high school. No one inside or inside the vehicle were hurt. 41-year-old Bebi Wamakazi of Moorhead was cited for reckless driving. Well, new research shows that this flu season could be severe amid the COVID-19 pandemic. The University of Pittsburgh conducted 2 studies aimed at predicting hospitalizations during the upcoming flu season. The researchers say it could result in as many as 600,000 hospitalizations. That's compared to the 200,000 people who are normally hospitalized with the flu each year. Now, experts say a combination of factors could make this winter particularly tough. Since the flu was minimal last year, people were not exposed to the virus, potentially undermining the protection they normally have. Health officials are urging people to get their flu shots now in an attempt to prevent further strain on hospitals already overwhelmed by COVID-19. A statue of Confederate General Robert E. Lee was taken down in Richmond, Virginia today. It was viewed as a symbol of racial injustice, more than 130 years after it was erected in tribute to the Civil War leader of the South. State's public officials resisted its removal, along with some residents who said moving the 21-foot-tall monument would mean erasing history. But many saw the statue as an offensive glorification of the area's slave-holding past. Officials began planning to take down the statue in the wake of the murder of George Floyd by a Minneapolis police officer. Well, in case of a fire emergency, do you know how to use one of these, a fire extinguisher? If not, don't worry, the West Fargo Fire Department is offering classes for free. Now today I took a lesson using a fire extinguisher for the very first time, and it really wasn't that hard, so attendees could learn it as fast as I did. It is important to remember that a fire extinguisher should only be used for small fires, and for any fire, you should still want to call 911 to have a professional review it.
We've been to a lot of fires where people have never had a fire extinguisher in the house, and it basically ruined the house, destroyed the kitchen. Smoke damage can do a lot to a home, so if you can catch it early with a fire extinguisher, that's the main part of it. A small fire extinguisher can put out a lot of fire, like a grease fire on a stove or a small garbage can fire. They're not meant for big fires, of course, but they're meant for small fires.
This class is being offered for free at local schools, businesses, and clubs in West Fargo, ranging from 10 to 25 people ages 12 and older. Each class takes about 30 to 45 minutes, but every attendee will learn how to use a fire extinguisher in cases of emergency. A fire extinguisher can expire, so make sure to always check the date and have it checked annually by a professional. Full details can be found at valleynewslive.com. Well, coming up at noon, we'll hear from someone who survived the 9/11 attacks and is carrying on the legacy of the first responders who saved her. And a windy day yet again. Summer Snowblock is back with weather to plan your day.